This is one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me. I don't know if I can do this, but I have to try. So here goes nothing. It was my first day at a new school and I was riding the bus. My stop was early in the morning, so I had to get up before sunrise. When I got outside, I saw the bus and got on. It was an old school bus, yellow, of course, and it looked like it hadn't been washed in months. There were cobwebs in the windows and the seats were ripped. I found a seat near the back and fell asleep. I woke up when the bus lurched to a stop. I opened my eyes and realized something was wrong. Bus 47 never made it to school today, and we were still on it. I looked around and realized we weren't in the neighborhood. The street was empty, like a road in the middle of nowhere. And then we turned onto a dirt road. None of us knew where we were. The engine turned off and a thick fog started to fill the bus. Then we heard a voice over the radio. It sounded distorted and ancient, like it was from the early 1900s. The voice began calling out names, and they were all the names of the kids on the bus. Then the voice would pause and say, "Get out." One by one, the kids got off the bus and vanished. Their backpacks were left behind. I watched in horror as the last girl got off the bus and disappeared into the fog. Then the windows started to black out, like someone was sucking the light out of them. It was pitch black by the time I got off the bus. Where was everyone? Where were the teachers? Why was the driver driving us to the middle of nowhere? Then I remembered the voice on the radio. It had said, "Get out." I turned to the driver and asked him to stop the bus. He didn't respond. He never spoke. He didn't turn the wheel or blink. His eyes were soulless. I pulled on the brake, but it didn't work. I pulled it again and screamed, "Stop the bus, please. I want to get off." The bus went on for what seemed like hours. Then finally we stopped. I got off the bus and ran into the darkness. As I stumbled through the trees, I heard voices. They were getting closer. I couldn't see anything, but I could feel their eyes on me. I ran faster, and after what felt like hours, I finally saw a light in the distance. I ran towards it and collapsed at someone's feet. It was the school, but it wasn't right. It was abandoned and overgrown, like no one had been there in years. I wandered around the deserted school, calling for help. No one answered. I could hear the wind whispering through the broken windows. Then I saw it, a yellow school bus, old and covered in cobwebs. I recognized it instantly. It was the same bus that had taken us to the middle of nowhere. But now it was empty. All the seats were ripped out and the windows were boarded up. I ran away from the bus and hid in some bushes. That's when I heard the sound. It was the same voice from the radio, distorted and ancient. "Get out," it rasped, and then it began to laugh. A horrible blood-curdling laugh that echoed through the empty school. I stayed in the bushes, paralyzed with fear, until the sun came up. Then I ran home and haven't been on a school bus since.